Welcome back to the Mental Lab, take 2.
Kill me.
With your co-hosts, Tatiana and
Charming.
This guy. So, really quickly, while I'm still slap happy, I'm gonna try that again. So, just like every other episode, this current episode might be extremely difficult for you to listen to.
No, this one's not gonna be difficult.
No, this one might not be.
This will be light.
We're also going to talk about Frozen. That song that was difficult.
Light.
So if you happen to be triggered by this, make sure that besides just having your finger ready to click pause, you also have some Kleenexes and tissue paper. I have some there. If you need some, I can just give it to you and do the video. Just wipe your face and your nose if you're crying and whatnot. It is okay to cry, but if you do realize that you're having an extremely hard time and you need some kind of resources or support, you can always go to our website, officialmentallab.com/resources. Scroll, you'll see a bunch of big fat images. You can click on those, and you get all the way to our long 60+ list of resources and things you can contact. There's also some self-support groups down there that you can check out. So if you need any kind of help, you can always go to that. But besides that, your week was frustrating, you said.
It was frustrating.
First take. Why? Because of work.
Work. Yes, work.
Anything else? How's your pup doing?
My dog's doing good. He's living life.
Big old head. I saw a video
fat head.
like yesterday, and it reminded me of him. It was just some dog being cute.
He's spoiled. He has clothes. I dress him.
Minnie doesn't wear clothes.
Well, maybe you should.
She doesn't like clothes, is what I mean.
Your dog's not classy.
She is classy.
Your dog's not. Your dog doesn't wear clothes. It's not classy, alright? Now, make sure you clothe your dog, people. How's your day?
Speaking of dogs and stuff, so watching The Circle, right? Which, if any of you watch The Circle, spoiler, you might just want to click forward till the next time code or whatever. But watching The Circle, this chick got voted off. No, so somebody impersonated her, like the catfish impersonated her on the show.
I like catfish. It'd be funny. Real bad, but it's funny.
And they catfish this lady, this older lady. She's
Don't be like those
people. Don't be like those people. But she's like 52 years old, okay? And she got catfish, and during like the game, the episode, there was like a question that was like, do you allow your dogs to lick your mouth or whatever?
Ooh.
Lick you on the mouth when they kiss you or whatever, right? And she said no, but like in her profile picture was like 2 or a dog or something like that was really cute. She said no, and they were like, this must obviously be the catfish, because how you gonna have a picture of dogs in your profile photo, but then don't let them kiss you on the mouth? And so she got voted off because they didn't think she was real, even though she was the real one of her. Whatever. Anyway.
How was your week, Charming?
My week was, it has been frustrating as well so far. I've been doing a lot of crying and a lot of... You can't come in here because you're going to break everything and eat everything. But, so, yeah, there was a sexual assault class I had to go to. Yeah. 15 minutes in, I got up. I was like, I knew I was gonna get triggered, so like I prepared my mind beforehand for it, you know. And I was like, cause I can live through it. I knew it wasn't gonna be long, but like during the middle of the class, I shed a few tears. And I was like, okay, let me just go to the bathroom, calm down, breathe, grounded myself, did that whole like 5 sights, smells, what you can hear, all those things for you know. And so I calmed down, went back to it, but it was just still building up. And then like I went to try and leave and let them know I was about to go take care of my stuff. And then it just exploded. I exploded out, burst out crying in front of the entire office. Like, everybody. Like, officers, sergeant major, staff NCOs, everybody. And,
everybody.
Yeah, afterwards, I guess everybody was really concerned about me. I'm like, this happens, like, about almost daily. It's just that I try and limit it to not here, but sometimes it just builds up. You know how it is. Yeah. It just builds up in your throat, and then, people try to talk to you, and you don't want to talk, and then, So that was triggering. I had a day yesterday of just straight up interviews and questioning, and that's one of my huge anxiety triggers, and so it was just rough. Today it's been good and productive. I've been taking care of a lot of stuff today.
That's good.
That I'm excited about, especially with the podcast. So podcast. No. Okay. So, song of the week is Frozen. No. So,
you wanna build a snowman?
I think so. We're probably gonna make it a whole episode, but I'm not sure yet. But there was one song in the second Frozen, which the second Frozen was like so much more adulty, right? Like it was like what the first Frozen came out in 2013. I was in college in 2013 before the Marine Corps. So like what 2013 was 8 years ago. 8 years ago. Yeah, it came out 8 years ago, and like so I guess. Fast forward to 8 years or I guess 6 years, something like that, and like they're all grown, so like they're actually talking about like legitimate grown-up stuff. But anyway, Anna has a song called don't remember. Anyway, the first line is I've seen dark before, but not like this. And I knew it was already about to be a tough time because she had just lost her sister. Like to her, she had just lost Elsa. Elsa was gone, and freaking Olaf melted, disintegrated away into a gust of wind. Gale, because Gale.
I'm still listening. I think I have a quote.
And lit.
Keep
and
going, I have to find it.
The gust, and she just like lost everything, and she was in the bottom of a really dark cave, and she went to start singing, and she said, I've seen dark before, but not like this. And like I was like, here we go. And then the next line was like, hello darkness. Not the next line, but the next line that really hit me. Hello darkness, I'm ready to succumb. I was like, I feel that. Like what she was saying was like it, but it was like so true, because she's talking about like, I follow you around. I always have, but now you've gone to a place I cannot find. Like, I've lost everything. Like, what am I to do? Like, I cannot do anything else. And it was just like I've like, and obviously like she's lost her parents. You know, we all know that. Like when she was young, when she was like 3 or 4, and you know that's darkness that she's seeing. But it's different than, you know, losing literally everything, and you're not only did you lose everything you know about reality is wrong and whatnot, because you know like Elsa's like final thing was to show her like that her family, like her history family, what do you call that when you her grandparents,
ancestors,
history family,
ancestors.
Well, ancestors, but I think it was her granddad it was her granddad. I said history family, such a great word. But her granddad like was a bad guy and blah blah blah. So everything she knew, she like was just gone and lost, and she felt like she had no identity, and she felt like she had no way to move on. But anyway, it was really rough. I think I watched that portion when I first watched the movie over and over and over, and just cried for so long. But it was so good. I mean, and even the second half of the song is just talking about like the only thing I can do is just take that next step to like get myself up. Like I don't know if I'll make it out of here. I don't know what to do past the next step, but like at least I can put my one foot in front of the other, maybe climb this one and like just keep on going. And it was a very real song that I did not expect to get out of Frozen. And I really liked it. That song has gotten me through so many times. So like, I mean, I don't know. It's still actually kind of, it still hits me every time, you know, I watch it, and I like to watch Frozen a lot. And that song is just really powerful. Yeah. And just, you know, just hard. But then again, at the same time, like that Frozen, the second one was just so great. And it just hit me too, because I was also in that time of, you know, down and being lost and whatnot. So I think it definitely hit me then, just because of that even more so. Yeah. Yeah, what you got?
You want me to go for my quote?
Yeah.
So it's not like really a quote, but it's something like I read. So what my chaplain sent me was how like for changes of behavior, and so it talks about like the 6 patterns, and it's when it talks about right here. So it says the problem with controlling behavior is not part of higher power's purpose for your life. When we engage in patterns outside of our higher power's purpose, for us, joy and peace will leak out of our lives. And then it goes on, you know, talking about fear. And that's what really stuck to me was the fear.
Yeah.
Because controlling is something behind it, and fear. And it talks a lot about, like, fear. And, like, we're able to control our own thoughts. And, you know, it goes on and it talks about we're able to control our own thoughts, our feelings, actions, everything. But we cannot control others. Yeah. And it's hard to...
And that is a lot of fear.
Yeah, and it brings up a lot of fear. It talks about, you know, the things, what are you scared of, your fear of this or your fear of that, you know, and it hits me because, like, you know, I'm that type of person that likes to be controlling, and
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, but I do have a lot of fears, and I think that's a lot of it why I am controlling, because, you know, when we do these things, we do lose our peace and our joy and our happiness and stuff because we're so focused on that, and then once we destroy it, it just gets worse from there, you know, friendships, relationships, families, anything. So I don't know, it really stuck to me because I read that like yesterday, that whole thing on it, and it was really nice. It clicked. That
is true, because probably I think one of my biggest like fears in that aspect is like I don't want to say rejection, but like invalidity, not being validated from other people.
Yeah.
So I always get scared that a lot of the things that I might say or feel or think, other people would not accept it or approve it. She farted. I feel like other people would not like accept or approve it of the things I have to say or of my feeling, and I think it's just mostly from me also not approving it and accepting. I don't think that's gonna get no better.
Continue. I'm listening. I'm trying to smell something.
So, but yeah, like so I definitely resonate with that too. Fear drives a lot of my anxiety, mostly a lot of my anxiety, like just fear of things I cannot control, fear of just everything. So I definitely get that. I resonate with that a lot too. But
I feel like fear is a big factor into like a lot of things.
Yeah. So medicine. This is your topic.
Oh yes, it is.
Yeah.
I feel like it's important to talk about medications. I feel like support is the biggest thing to have during medication changes. It is very hard because, especially with certain disorders and with medications in general, some are stronger than others and some are not as good. But, you know, through my med changes, I've had to go through trial and error, and I still am doing that.
How long have you been on meds or taking them?
I've been on meds since I got to outpatient, like I think February or March. I think it was March. Yeah. March.
I got out of inpatient.
February.
March 6th.
So since March, I've been through trial and error medications. I did find one that does help me with my sleep, so that was a good thing. But it's when you go in through trial and error of medications, it's very important for sure to have support because you're gonna be out of it. For sure, and there's going to be a lot of days where you want to be left alone and you don't want to be bothered, and you're going to need it too, especially when the medications aren't working for you. Let's say if they're making it worse, or let's say it's not helping at all. Going through like withdrawing off meds when you have to wean off of them. Like support is a big thing when it comes to medications because you want to have somebody there to kind of help you and be there for you because you're just going to be kind of lost through the whole process, and having a support group is, you know, very important because you don't know what this medication is going to do to you next. You don't know this, but medications they're not going to solve all your problems, obviously. They're there to just take the edge off, to help you manage and pull through, you know, to go through your daily life normally, to apply all the skills that you've learned through treatments, counseling, anything. And I think that's very important for people to know because you can't depend on medications. They're there to help take the edge off, but they're not there to cure you, you know?
So I used to have written on my mirror in the bathroom, like right above where I keep all my meds, I used to have you don't, like just affirmation to myself.
Oh yeah, affirmations are good.
Yeah, you don't have to do it all. And then right up under that I wrote, these don't do it all. And I drew an arrow down to the meds, because I would feel like a lot of times like the meds are helping, like I couldn't go to sleep. Well, did you do do good sleep hygiene? Yeah, sleep hygiene. Like, did you calm down, read a book, do a puzzle, bring your brain down from the intensity of the day? Did you are you eating? Are you still active? What are you doing? Do you have music on? Do you have something that's catching your attention? Sleep hygiene is an important thing. Sleep, anxiety really sucks, because if your sleep anxiety is high, or by sleep anxiety, I mean whenever you are trying to go to sleep, or not even really trying to go to sleep, just it's about that sleep time, but you still have everything on your brain that you're freaking out about, or thinking about tomorrow, or thinking about if you don't wake up on time. Yeah, right. Then you start to think about, what if there's a new letter that's made? Am I going to remember to say that letter in the middle of the alphabet? That's the kind of stuff that brings up the thing when I'm ready to try to go to sleep. And so a lot of just medications, I know for me, for a long time, I wanted everything to work for everything, and when it did not, it was either one, I wanted new meds, two, I'm not working, the meds work, I just suck, which makes no sense. But and so I think that's another huge thing, especially you said, support, especially a support group and friends, doctors and whatnot. But I think one of the biggest things about having getting support, or the biggest group of people you need to get support from, are people who are on meds as well. Because a lot of people, they don't, they don't go get the chance to go to group therapy like we did. So they don't get a support group who's also, working on that. Most of the support group, because a lot of people don't even know what they're going through. And if anything, she be snoring like Santa Claus. I don't know if Santa Claus snores. I would imagine he sleeps all year. So I probably imagine eventually
he only stays up for 1 day. 2 days.
He gotta travel a lot. That's, if I had to go around the entire world to everybody's house.
We gotta stop getting sidetracked.
But if I did, I would be that tired. She'd be sleeping like she's Santa Claus. She goes around the whole world in a day. I bet you the microphone hears her. So anyway, yeah, so that that's kind of one of the big, and that's another thing about meds, another stigma about medication that I want to get rid of, is that meds are going to change everything about you. And it's not good whether you're wanting to change you, or whether you're thinking that it's going to change you in a bad way.
They're not going to change you.
Medicine, I swear,
you got to change yourself.
My first year in counseling, my counselor just was you should go talk to medical, get put on some medications, blah, 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 see what options. And I was no, I don't want to be a zombie. Because I was that's what psychological pills do. They make you a zombie. So that way you're not sad all the time. You just don't feel anything. And during that time, I didn't get meds for that I know for a fact I would have benefited from. Just because that stigma of that it's going to make me a zombie, or it's going to make me loopy, or it's going to make me not who I am. And then the other stigma of you'll be on them for the rest of your life. There are some meds I think I want to be on them for the rest of my life, but that's because I feel
it just depends on your doctor too. What they want to do. Yeah, that's true.
And obviously you can change it. You probably change the doctor in between your life cycle at some point, but. Yeah, there's just a lot of stigma with meds, and I think like you said, I think the combination of meds and therapy and support and all that kind of stuff really helps promote it. But like you said, the meds don't do everything; they just take the edge off. The way I think of it is just medication is if you have chronic headaches. You can take a pill, you can take Tylenol every time you get a headache, but the headaches are still going to be there. And it's just taking the Tylenol is going to be able to get you to, get up and go make dinner, for the moment.
Yeah.
And just so that way, and you might get a headache again, even while you're making dinner, but it's going to help for that moment to be able to, because, if you have chronic headaches, you don't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
But that's like same. That's what I mean. Like when I say like, it's the same thing with medication. Like you said, take the edge off. It just meds can also be scary too, because you don't know what you're like. Not all meds are gonna work the same with you as they will with somebody else, and just because everybody has a different body type, different diagnoses, right? Like you have 2 different ones that the meds contradict each other, so. Like the effects of them can be really scary. There's a lot of new drugs out there too, all the time, and you just never know how it's gonna react with you. So, like whenever if you have to come off of like meds,
do it right.
Yeah, like talk to somebody, like
your
doctor.
Like
your doctor. And I think another good thing to do, because I like to, if I have my support group that's active, like I like to talk to you guys and be like, y'all tried this before. What did y'all think of it before I get on and before I come off meds?
Do the research.
Oh yeah, definitely by yourself.
Ask your doctor to make sure nothing interacts with each other, because I'm on a bunch of medications. I gotta make sure nothing interacts with my birth control.
Oh God.
Or my stomach pills I take for my stomach. You always want to make sure nothing interacts.
There's certain ones that like they say if you're going to have sex where you can get someone pregnant, don't try and get pregnant and use contraception, because some pills have extremely like dynamic adverse effects on your partner, on your female partner who can get pregnant. I was like, Jesus Christ.
There's a lot of things about medications, and it's crazy, but do your research, and I think have a lot of positivity around you. Support whatever you need. Do the research. Talk to your doctor. Don't just stop your meds.
Right.
Talk to your doctor.
So big answer to medications, they're not completely bad.
No.
Like they're not bad at all.
They just take the edge off.
They can help promote. They're only best when in conjunction with other support systems and stuff like that. I'm an advocate for it, and it's a lot of the bad stuff that you hear about meds come from either 1, unreliable sources, or 2, people who did not take their meds well. And you always hear horror stories about everything anyway, so you're gonna hear horror stories about medications. I have had horror stories with medications. Like there was one of my nightmare pills that made me have even worse nightmares and more intense nightmares. So you just gotta try different things, and then in addition to trying different things, try medications, and if you're going through that kind of stuff. You never know even if you need medications, because sometimes like I didn't know I needed medications, and then I didn't want medications even though I did need them. So make sure you talk to somebody. But I guess that's all we got. Yeah. Yep. I want to give a huge thank you.
See you next week.
Everybody who made it through the entire video. And if you are listening to the audio, you can always watch videos on YouTube, also on our website. And we're always looking for more creators to help. If you write poetry, you're good at writing, that'd be cool. Like somebody like who
anything,
any way that you can be creative or want to support. And cause awareness. Definitely hit us up on our website. But like I said, please just give us a thumbs up to the video, and like, share, subscribe, click the subscribe bell notifications. All that stuff just pushes our channel and our website and everything up to the top of the list, so we can reach more people. So bye.
Bye.